Hi, I hope you're having a wonderful day today. I am finally getting around to sharing what I purchased in Paris. I'm going to break this up into several videos to keep it from being too long. And this one, I'm going to put just a tiny bit in the beginning of the video about customs if you are in the United States, and about a big boo-boo that France made, but I did end up getting my money back. But before we get into all of that, if you're new to my channel, my name is Melinda. If you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. And I would love it if you would just take 1 second and hit that subscribe button down below and just join us here for some lighthearted fun. So let's do the jewelry of the day. I've been forgetting to do that because I've been doing a lot of jewelry videos lately. I have on my diamond hoops inside out, the custom heart necklace my hubby made me, my 24-year-old diamond, and my diamond bracelet, ring, Rolex, and wedding set. So I'm going to talk about customs very briefly, then we're going to get into the unboxings. So when you're coming back to the United States from a country where you can get refund, so VAT, value added tax, is what it's called in Europe. But when you're coming back to the United States, they can see that. They can see everything that you've bought. And so we have global entry, which they did the same thing to me last year as this year. They yelled at me as I'm going through global entry. We're the only two people going through, and my husband walks like a Great Dane and I'm a Chihuahua chasing after him. And I'm like, yes, I have global entry. And the gentleman asked, do you have anything to declare? And I said, yes. And I started going through the items, and he said to go into where the other officer is, exactly like last year. And we went in there, and he said, just have a seat, because there's nobody in the global entry line. So he walked us in there. He goes, have a seat. When he's done with this gentleman, he will help you. And I said, okay. And I said, I have my receipts for everything, and I have it all right here where you can see it and all of that. And he's like, okay. He's like, had you said no to the next officer, you would have been handcuffed. And I'm like, what? Yeah, I don't hear so good. And I'm like, I'm gonna be handcuffed? What? So they can see it. And then the officer that was helping us at customs, I asked last year and he said no. I asked this year and he said, we're not allowed to tell you, but I promise you they can. I've read a lot of forums about coming back in, so it's always better to be honest. And they didn't charge us at all last year, which was very nice, but they said the machine was down. Rather it was down, or rather they were being kind. I have no idea. But this year they just charged us a flat 3% fee. So they were going to charge us $1,000 last year, and they charged us less, even though we spent quite a bit more. But honesty is always the best. So let's get into Paris. It was beautiful weather to me. It was chilly. It didn't rain at all. I love chilly. I don't like being hot. And we stayed at the same hotel. And I might do a vlog later and put in our hotel rooms, but we got a different room. The room we got last time was on the top floor, and I might insert it. I don't know. We'll see how I feel. We'll see how long this is, how chatty it is. But we got one that was one floor down, and it still had a really big balcony, and we could still see the Eiffel Tower, but it had a full living room, and the bathroom was twice the size. So we're like, heck yeah. It had like 2 separate rooms. It was huge for Paris. It was big for the United States. It was a lovely room. So we got a different room this time, and it is so much better than the last one. And got a mirror here and here, and let's see, let me back this out a little bit. The living room, much bigger, as you can see, and we have 2 balconies now. And let's see what's in here. Oh, good size closet. And robes. Why do you put a scale on vacation? Nobody wants that. And bedroom, and these doors shut, and the bathroom is so much better. We did not like the bathroom last time. This one is very, very, very nice. And we've got a tub, a nice soaking tub with a shower if you want to use that one. And then also the shower as well. And let's go look at the balcony. And it has a giant balcony. I don't think we will be laying out. So I'm going to share what I bought for my husband and what he bought for me. And like I said, I might insert that if I'm not too chatty. So I wanted to get this for him last year. Could not find it anywhere. Don't know if they had discontinued it for a while or if I was too late. And I also wanted to get him a pair of shoes and a belt. Well, he wears a size 14, and we're at our appointment, and he's just like, there's nothing. It's like he's looking on his phone. There's nothing. We have nothing for you. And that's usually like we go into a store and we're just like, what 14s do you have? And we're lucky if they have two. He didn't find a belt he liked. He did not find shoes he liked. I did get him some Louis Vuitton shoes last year that he really enjoys. I wanted to get him some more, or any other brand, but the state of my back, we didn't go to a whole lot of places. And I have a current sales associate now, and I reached out to him and I was like, do you remember me from last year? I bought this, this, and this. And he's like, yes, I remember you. You do YouTube. I'm like, yes, that's me. And so we were messaging, and he was holding different things for me. And my daughters, they talked me off a cliff of two of them. I will see if I still have the pictures. I'll insert them. I wanted these suede and shearling Louis Vuitton boots, the little mini boots. And they're like, why? Why do you want those? You got UGG boots that have suede and shearling, and they're perfectly cute. And I'm like, that's true. And they were like $100 and something versus $1,000 or something dollars. And I also was looking at the suede and shearling carryall PM, and I thought that was really, really pretty. And they're like, you have a shearling bag, and really, when you think about a seasonal bag, depending upon where you live, like I don't think winter's long enough when you have a collection like I do, and to have another seasonal bag. So I skipped on those. So this is what I got him. Most of the boxes I chucked. I left them in the room. We have so many things. He is going to be very mad if I don't cover this up. Okay. So this is the Amerigo wallet, and it is in, I forget what kind of leather. I think it's like called Taiga or something. I bought this wallet for him in Hawaii on our 30th anniversary. I call this the George Costanza wallet. It is like gigantic, and we do have it hot stamped. That's why my thumb is not moving. But I wanted to get him this last year. This is a very subtle LV right there. I couldn't find it in leather. He's currently using a canvas wallet that I got him just for vacations. It's like really small, but he likes this one so much because he loves this zipped compartment there. He uses that. And so I was so happy to be able to find this for him because, like I said, I got it for him yeah, on our, our 25th wedding anniversary. Not our, 25th, not 30th. A long time ago. So it's long since worn out and frayed, and so now he's using the other one. So I wanted to get him the Amerigo back. So I got him that. And then he got me quite a bit more than I got him. But if you know what I got him earlier this year, it's okay. So this came in the cutest little bag or box with a little drawer. I have not gotten one of these pieces in so many years, and I think this is adorable. And I'm going to insert pictures of it on a couple of my bags, but it's a bag charm, And the first one is Epi Leather, and it's white. Focus. There we go. I refuse to get a new camera, y'all. I just refuse. I know how to work this one. And then there's the monogram flower, and then there is an enamel pink LV. And there we go. There we go. It's so, so cute. But I'll insert some pictures. And I think what I'm going to do is remove the keyring part of it, because I think it will be a lot cuter without having that. It's like kind of messy the way it's dangling down. So I did not get holiday packaging in Paris. The reason I have the holiday packaging is because I had to exchange what he bought me. So the first, I think the first day we were there. Yes, it was the first day we were there. We went to Champs-Élysées, to the Louis Vuitton. We went to such few stores, like such few stores. But we went to the Champs-Élysées Louis Vuitton, and there was only one person in line. And I was like, we didn't go in last time because there was a long line and I don't stand in line. And I had an appointment the following day with my sales associate. And so we go in and we're looking around, and honestly, the reason we went in, I wanted to look around, but I really just wanted to sit down for a minute. I was in a lot of pain. So I find these two nice seats up in the coat area, and we sit down, and a gentleman walks by and he's like, hey, can I help you with anything? And I said, oh no. I said, we're just looking around. And I was just completely honest. I'm like, my back is killing me. I needed to sit for a moment. I have nothing Louis Vuitton on. I have a Longchamp bag on. I like virtually wore no jewelry or anything. And the next thing out of his mouth really surprised me. He's like, would you like a glass of champagne or some water? And I was like, I'll have both, please. The champagne maybe will make the back not hurt, and then the water will hydrate against the champagne. So we each had a glass of champagne, and we're looking at coats, and there's a lady trying on this most beautiful coat. I'll insert a picture of it. She had long dark hair, and it just looked stunning on her. And I asked to try that one on, and I did. And I tried on a lot of coats. And then my husband, well, before I started trying on coats, my husband said, can you look up her profile? And can you see what size coat she got last year? And so he did. And then he saw all the things I've bought this year, and he started popping out exotic after exotic and showing me things, and he was so nice. And he didn't have the size I needed in that coat, and I hadn't decided yet if I was going to get that coat or not. And I was like, no. He's like, I can get it in today. It'll be in this afternoon. I can pull it from another boutique. And I'm like, no, because what if you're pulling it from where I'm going? And I felt bad, and we weren't there that long. I felt bad taking up his time knowing that I had another appointment. So I think it's obvious that my husband bought me a coat. So let me grab it and show it to you. So I'm going to insert right now all of the coats that I tried on. I didn't take a lot of pictures when I was at Place Vendôme. I was really into just the experience, and I didn't take very many pictures. And the ones that I took have like everybody in it, and I don't want to show their faces. So anyways, I will insert all the pictures of the coats. Which ones do you think that he picked out for me? I'll tell you which one he really wanted after I show you the one that I got. He got me this one. And this is why I have this holiday bag. As many of you know, I was quite sick and I've lost quite a bit of weight, and I kept telling him when we got home, I'm like, the coat is way too big for me. It's way too big for me. He's like, no, it's not. It's supposed to be roomy. I tried it on over my biggest hoodie that I have, and he's like, it's fine. And I had already texted my sales associate and got the smaller size. Finally, I tried it on over my robe and I could zip it up, and he's like, oh, that's bad. I'm like, that's very bad. So I will insert some details of this close up. It has pockets that zip, it snaps, and then it zips, and it has a vachetta tie, pull tie here, silver hardware on it. It has a hood which is removable. This is from the ski collection, by the way. and so were the boots that I was looking at, and the carryall. And I will also insert a picture of it on me currently because it looks different. But a lot of people, when I showed the coats on Instagram, they really liked the navy one on me. My husband and I didn't like it on me at all. And I think why they liked it on me is I was wearing white, creamish white pants that day, and it looked good with those pants, but it really didn't go with my coloring. And when I went to my appointment, I had jeans on, and I did not take a picture of that coat on me at my appointment. But the one that he really wanted to buy me was the white one. I'll repop the picture in. And I'm like, I do not want a white coat. He's like, oh, you look so good and it goes with everything. And my sales associate's like, don't. He looked at my husband, he's like, don't. He's like, look at the collar of the coat. There's already foundation in it from various people trying it on. My husband doesn't understand foundation. I was very happy that my sales associate did. And I'm like, that's right. And then my daughter had a white ski coat when she was in high school, and she's like, oh yeah, no. She goes, you get makeup all over it if you wear makeup, and I do. So did not get that. I got this. And so we got this first, and then we walked downstairs, and he had seen me look at the charm the day before, and I looked at this, and then they had a little bunny rabbit charm that was super cute as well. But we both thought that this one would just go with more bags. It was more petite and it was just more cute. And then he's like, I want to get her one other thing. Let me just kind of hang this here on the edge of here because it is heavy. I'll just lay it in my lap. He's like, I want to get her something else. And he's like, I want to get her a hat. And I was like, a hat? Okay, got me a hat last year. Remember the baseball hat? It was, the carpet's clean, it's fine. So he's like, I want to get her a beanie or something to go with it. So I threw the box away. It's in here. This, we both got back to the hotel. I'll tell you after you see it. I will try this on for you too with the coat. It's super cute. Has a LV on it. It is cashmere. We get back to the hotel and we're looking at the receipts. Oh, and I forgot to tell you what France did wrong. I'll tell you in a moment. We're looking at the receipts and we're like, why was this so expensive? Like we couldn't figure it out. I have lots of hats that have little balls on the top. It's Fox. I had no idea. I had absolutely no idea. It just didn't, it should occur to me. It's Louis Vuitton. It's going to be fur. It's not going to be like your hat from the Express store. But anyways, we were like, oh well. He's like, you're keeping the hat, but it's really, really cute, really, really pretty. So what France did wrong, I had pre-ordered a bag from a different brand, and I was messaging back and forth with this lovely person, and when I went to take the train back to London. So we flew nonstop to London. We did business again. They messed up our seats. They put us in the middle. We picked windows. And going home, and I was like, I didn't care. Like, it's going to be dark. It's dark, and we're, it'd be nice to have seen it when we landed, but it's going to be dark most of the flight. But when we went home, we were able to get windows, but on opposite sides. But it worked out because his seat was near the restroom. So if there was ever a line, I could just walk in because we did business again. But what they did wrong, I had pre-ordered a bag from another sales associate that was launching on the day we were leaving. And so we went to that store to pick it up, and everything was already done with the VAT. Everything was already done, all the paperwork. And when I went through the train station, this is the first time they've done this to me. I couldn't scan the items myself. And an officer took me into this little room, and he wanted to see all of the items. And he was really nice because I told him, like, I can barely lift this bag. And he was super, super nice about everything. And he stamped everything and validated everything. But the one thing that had come from another country, he's like, you gotta mail this in. And he goes, do it from London. Don't do it in the United States. It'll take so long. So that was freaking me out forever. And then I reached out to that sales associate, and he's like, he was completely incorrect. When you leave the European Union, no matter which city you're leaving from, which country you're leaving from, that is where you get all of your validations and your refunds. So he was very incorrect that he could not have done that, but all's well that ends well. I got it back. So I'm very, very excited with these. The next ones are going to be bags. And thank you for letting me share. And I hope you have an absolutely amazing day today. Take care. Bye-bye.